Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. The woman knew of a spot that she thought she could get a nice walleye from and set off on her own. She was energetic, healthy, and very experienced at wandering the backwoods of Northern Quebec. As she parted the brush and pushed her way past willow bushes, she unknowingly entered the realm of a very dangerous predator, who also had a fascination with this fishing spot. She was unaware that she was being watched and followed from just beyond the tree line. Emerging from the bushes, the woman set her tackle along the shore and began preparing her gear for fishing. An ominous rustle broke out in the bushes only a few feet behind her. She turned to investigate the noise and looked straight into the eyes of a large black bear from only feet away. Before she could do anything to scare the bear away, it leapt toward her with its paws outstretched and its mouth wide open. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Nestled amid the dense boreal forests of northern Quebec, near the meandering Levoie River, lies country that fills the senses with the earthly scent of pine, the whisper of water, and the peace of solitude. Here, in the remote outskirts of Levoie, visitors are embraced with the quiet calm of the wilderness, and fishing along peaceful riverbanks can feel like a form of meditation. However, peace can be betrayed without notice if the laws governing survival are pitted against you. 70-year-old Cecile Levoie was no stranger to wilderness. A devoted grandmother and seasoned outdoorswoman, she and her husband Alexander, aged 73, often spent weekends fishing and enjoying the remoteness they considered home. One could even say that the couple felt so comfortable there that the reality of the threats present were the last things on their minds. Along the Levoie River, isolated pools develop each spring as the meltwater subsides. Cut off from any river access, walleye will grow to great proportions and fight fishermen with explosive bursts, making catching them exciting and worthwhile. On her fishing trip, Cecile wasn't packing a firearm or bear spray. Sure, she had likely seen black bears in the area many times before, but probably never had a serious run-in with one. There had been a total of 3 fatal bear attacks in Quebec history to this point, so the presence of the bears was taken with less concern than other provinces. Now, just to be clear, there were no wildfires in the area, burning up bear habitat. There was no recent drought or weather abnormality that would have affected bear fodder in 2008. By all accounts, the plant life was as productive as ever, and bear populations had all normal food sources available to them. After a short time, enjoying fishing by himself, Alexander began to wonder how Cecile had done on her trip to the fishing hole. He meandered the short distance to the pond as he called for his wife and awaited her reply. Alexander arrived at the spot where Cecile usually cast her line from, but could not see her. The fishing tackle that belonged to her was set about and a little scattered, but seemed to be organized and ready. A rustle from the brush about 100 yards away drew his attention, and he could see a black bear through the leaves and branches. To his horror, it was attempting to drag Cecile further into the brush. Tapping into an energy source most men his age cannot find, Alexander dashed toward the bear as quickly as he could. The bear pulled harder and dragged Cecile's limp body faster, but had to fight the brush as it went. Alexander ran up to the bear and chased it away from his wife as blood began to pool beneath her motionless body. Trying to get Cecile to regain consciousness, Alexander repeated her name as he lifted her arms and tugged at her hands. He wasn't sure if she was still alive, but knew he couldn't carry her and that he had to get help. He raced back through the brush to notify authorities and hopefully rescue his wife. Royal Canadian Mounted Police responded to the scene after receiving Alexander's dire call. The black bear that had attacked Cecile had returned and was now aggressively guarding her body. Risking another attack wasn't an intelligent thing to do in the fading twilight. The bear had already begun to feed on Cecile's remains, so she could not be saved. They decided to wait until sunup the next morning to attempt to recover her corpse and deal with the bear. Armed officers from the province's Ministry of Natural Resources and Wildlife returned the following morning. There would be no strategic retreat today. The killer bear was tracked for a few hours and eventually shot and killed by the officers, not far from Cecile's remains. Her corpse was gathered and removed for her memorial, and the bear's remains were taken for research and investigation. As for the bear's motivation for the attack, Cecile's death appeared to be an act of pure predation. Given the bear killed her, consumed a portion of her corpse, and defended her remains as its meal, it had crossed the lines of any other possible defense. There was no cached animal carcass nearby, and the presence of cubs was not listed in the attack details. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Cheer membership on Patreon linked below will give you ad-free early access to videos, notes, and photos. And the $3 per month will go a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Although the forests of Quebec are crowded with fishermen, trappers, hikers, and backcountry visitors, attacks are rare. Hosting around 70,000 black bears over its 595,200 square miles, leaving a black bear density of 1 bear per every 8.5 square miles. Bear densities here are fairly high, but the amount of brush and forest they have to hide in can create close-range surprise encounters. In such encounters, desperate or frightened bears may react with aggression not normally observed in their behavior. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Why did this black bear react in a predatory manner so soon after emerging from hibernation? Would the bear have attacked Cecile if Alexander had been near, or would both of them been attacked? Was this bear a human predator, or was its behavior an aberration? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We've slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.